Outsiders, hello, I'm Tony from the Outsider channel, and today I've got a little bit of a different type of video. I like to share my stuff. I think a big part of this channel is me kind of opening up and talking to you guys when I'm going through new things in life. Usually I'm on the mountain bike, showing you guys trail guides, all these things. If you're new to the channel and you clicked on the thumbnail, this is an outdoors channel focused on mountain biking. Hopefully you stick around. But today I'm talking about specifically my journey with alcohol. And disclaimer, right off the bat, making this video, I want to be very clear with, these are my opinions. I am not in any way preaching. I am not putting myself on a pedestal because I am this like sober guy. I don't like that. It's one of the reasons I didn't want to make this video, but I wanted to just say that right off the bat. Whatever you do is your choice. No judgment here. Drink, no drink, whatever, it's your life.
I'm just saying.
My journey with alcohol was a little bit different maybe than some others, and maybe just the same as some others. So hopefully you guys can kind of relate to some of the things I'm talking about with my journey, where I'm at, and why I made the decision to talk to you about this today. Today I'm gonna put this video into I think like 3 different categories. One is the why and how, why I chose to do this and how I'm doing it. The other are the benefits. After 6 weeks, I've noticed some pretty fantastic benefits. I'm gonna talk to you about my physical benefits that I've noticed and my mental ones, because they both go hand in hand. So let's talk shop. Here. Back in the day, I used to skateboard for a living. It was a party culture, and part of that culture was like getting in a van and touring the US, going through Canada, Puerto Rico, wherever, flying around, living the life, kind of like a rock star skate life. Not a lot of responsibilities except skateboarding and hanging out and progressing, and part of that was like partying at night. That was normalized since I was pretty young in my teenage years. And as I got older, that changed a little bit, slowed down, but it still became a pretty normal aspect of my life. That progression would go fluctuating, would go up and down and up and down. And finally, last year, I got to the point where I was just like not feeling very healthy. I had a bit of a health scare that woke me up, started paying more attention to my health, my eating habits, my health habits, and I didn't like what I saw. I took a break from drinking and then slowly opened up the door for casual nights out. And then that progressed again until where I was in December, I was drinking like 3-4 nights a week. I gave myself a rule of not drinking in the house, and that just meant I went out to the bar more. And sometimes I would make an excuse, like I'm gonna go get wings, but I'd really be out there for the beers. I was kind of lying to myself, now looking back, but at the time I wasn't doing it on purpose. So I started to feel very unhealthy in December. I started paying more attention to where I was at versus where I used to be. The thing about my health is that it slowly changed gradually over years. So my normal was not feeling well. And I hated waking up in the morning. I had anxiety in the morning. My gut health was terrible. My anxiety was through the roof. I just felt like I was out of control of my life in a way, and I needed to gain some control back to like make some decisions to build myself back up and get to know me again. And that sounds kind of cheesy, but it's really what I thought. So I made I drew a line in the sand. I said, New Year's Eve is the last night I'm gonna be drinking. I'm gonna do dry January. And in my head, it was like 1 month at a time. My plan is to keep it going, but thinking about never drinking again is kind of overwhelming. So that's the plan, my unconscious plan, but my outward plan, I tell myself, is like, let's just go 1 month at a time and see how it goes. But I'm going ahead a little bit. For the month of January, I removed the option of drinking from my brain. That's what's worked for me. I completely looked at my life in a different way. I noticed right away when I was kind of planning this out, I didn't just wake up one morning and decide, because I don't think that works. I planned out for a full week how it was gonna go down. I was gonna give myself the last week, go out as much as you want, party it up, do whatever. I didn't go out that hard, but I drank enough to where I was just exhausted by it and I was sick of it. So I prepared mentally for it. I started to think about what placeholders I needed to put in place instead of going out and drinking. There's a lot of time that drinking takes up. I don't know if you guys really think about it. It does take up a lot of your time. It takes a lot of time in your nights or your days, and then the morning recuperating. There's a lot of wasted days, a lot of excuses that happen, especially in my life. So I started to make placeholders, like what am I gonna do instead? Gonna mountain bike more, I was gonna read more and things like that. Even like video games, I got into gaming a little bit more, because even though people will say that's a waste of time or you're wasting your life, no. If I'm not drinking, I'm playing video games, it's a much more a healthy use of my time than poisoning myself, because that's how alcohol started to feel for me. That's kind of like the how I've done so far. It's only been about 6 weeks. I haven't had any slip-ups. I've had a couple triggers where I go to like, go out to a brewery or something with some friends. I get an iced tea or something like that. Do I miss it? Yeah, I miss the hours that I was having fun being social and like, you know, having fun with friends. But I always just tell myself, what is the negatives versus positives? Do I want to wake up feeling like crap? Do I want to wake up with anxiety? Do I want to wake up with a stomach ache? I don't want to go back to that. So I just put myself in a different, you know, mental state, accept where I'm at, and I look forward to the benefits right now. I'm looking forward to seeing what else happens to me. And that's kind of what I want to go jump into. It's only been a little over a month, 6 weeks right now, and I've already noticed a tremendous amount of changes in my life, from big changes to even smaller ones. So I'm gonna meet you on the other side and we're gonna get into some of those. Yeah, let's start off with the mental changes. They've been pretty drastic. I had no idea how much alcohol over the years had controlled and changed my life for the worse. This is kind of where I want to go back to talking about not preaching. This is my struggle, this is my journey, and this is what happened to me. I'm thankful for where I'm at right now, kind of realizing this, even in my 40s. But these are the things that I noticed right away. Even within the first week, no hangovers, it's fantastic. I looked back and I would wake up with hangovers, or not even hangovers anymore, because I don't drink like vodka and tequila and things like that. I would wake up with just like a brain fog that would really limit my day. I'd put things off, I was unproductive. Sometimes if it was bad enough, I would even not go and do activities like mountain biking. I would just like call it, you know, a wasted day, and it would I feel guilty about it, but whatever, like I won't drink tomorrow. Things like that would come up. I was really good at telling myself stories that would not make me feel as bad or keep me from going and getting some beers again, maybe that night or the night after. Another aspect of with the brain fog and stuff I touched on, it was my anxiety was way different. I didn't have these like panicky feelings when I woke up in the morning. I started to wake up in the morning feeling good and looking forward to the day, looking forward to little things, like watching a show at night or hanging out with my wife when she gets home from work. Those are normal things I know to look forward to in life. But in the mornings, the anxiety was such a big part of my day that I couldn't get there. I was just worried about the next hour, the next 2 hours, what I had to do in that time span. I feel much more social right now, even as a sober guy or whatever you want to call me. Like going out and meeting people randomly, spontaneously is more of a fun thing than like an anxiety-ridden thing where I have to like mentally prepare for this thing. Anxiety was a huge part of this transition. And one of the reasons that I'm holding on to this no drinking thing for so long, is one of the major reasons is I've always been struggling with anxiety my whole life. And drinking for the last 2 decades or so, I want to say like last 20 years, I've been pretty avid drinker. That's crazy to say, but yeah, it's become such a normal part of my life. I didn't know what it was like to remove it. This was my normal day to day, my week to week, my month to month. So by alleviating that, and seeing myself for the first time outside of those mornings and things like that was a big wake-up call for me. It was a good motivating factor. So that's another thing. If you guys want to try this, or if you've gone a couple of weeks without drinking, you start to notice little things like that. And if you want to prolong it, it gives you a little bit more motivation because you're feeling so good to keep it going. You're going to find positives, and things are gonna start opening up for you. That's what happened to me. Like when I was looking at the day different, I had more positivity in the day. I noticed that I was more open to the positive things that were coming into my life. And I'm just saying that in the last 6 weeks, I've noticed this already. And along with the not having as much anxiety, I'm more motivated to go out and do new things. For my personal business, my marketing consulting, I'm more motivated to go and do more work, get more clients, do more outreach, put more hours into that business than I was before. No excuses anymore. I'm in, I plug in, and I go. My mountain biking as well. If I have a plan to go, I wake up, I do the thing, I eat some oatmeal, and I go. Same thing with the channel. I'm starting to make videos more and I'm having more fun doing it. I'm not going out there feeling like I'm being forced to make a video or something. I'm looking forward to them. I'm having fun again in that mode. And my mental health just feels a lot more clear. I'm starting to deal with things better, not put them off, not moving into the beers at night as a crutch to lean on with my anxiety or a problem I don't want to deal with. Everything is front face, and you plow through that stuff a little bit here and there, and it makes you build more of a confidence in yourself and what you're capable of and what the next week will bring. So that's kind of where I stand right now mentally. Definitely a big thumbs up. All right, now let's go into the physicalities. The physicality is pretty drastic. So I have 99% certainty I've diagnosed myself with something called leaky gut. And if you listen to Andrew Huberman's podcast about alcohol, he talks a lot about this, your microbiome, how connected alcohol and your gut are to your brain, how much it affects your mood. When you have bad gut health, you have bad mental health. It's all connected, and it's pretty interesting. I had no idea at all with that. And that became normal to me, just like the mental health stuff. The way I felt physically was just how I lived. And it was an acceptance that I had for what I was dealing with. Removing alcohol, I started to feel different about it. I started to look into my health more. I'm making more doctor appointments to kind of check in where I'm at. I have a doctor's appointment with a gastroenterologist. I don't know how to say that.
Hey, yes, man's in town. You got that straight.
Boy, I never dreamed it could make such a difference.
I'm drinking probiotics, prebiotics, kefir, things like that to try to rebuild my gut health. It's a slow process after this many years of drinking, but I'm noticing the benefits already. The better I feel, the better my mind feels, and it kind of works symbiotically together. I've even noticed some little things, like I would say, it's not really that little, but my skin feels better. My skin is not as dry. I had dry skin and a little bit of eczema for the last couple of years, like dry skin spots on my body and my arms. Those are non-existent. I had, when I read watery eyes when I would go to bed, I would just constantly be rubbing them. The googuk stuff going on in the morning when you wake up, crusty eyes. That's pretty much been removed in the last couple weeks. There's little wins that I'm seeing that I wasn't even prepared for. I didn't even realize that these things were gonna happen, but they are. I have more energy. I have much more energy to do things throughout the day. Like today I have 4 things planned. If I had drank last night, I would probably do 1. You know, things like that are actually happening. And I used to always listen to people's podcasts or these videos. They talk about how amazing you're gonna feel when you put down the bottle or put down the beers. And I was always like, yeah. He's just saying that to make me stop drinking. It's just like a crapshoot. It's actually real. Like I'm living proof. I've been a skeptic. I didn't think how much of a difference it would make long term. And I'm only 6 weeks in, physically and mentally. I feel like life-changing changes that I'm looking forward to. And I'm not saying that to force you to do anything or to sell you something. I'm saying it because I'm pretty shocked at how much different I feel just in this short period of time. All right, I'm not gonna go much further in this. There's a lot of talking in this video. This is the first video I'm making about this. If you guys are interested, I'll kind of keep you updated in the next few months or every 3 months or 6 months, see where I'm at, see where it's changing. Hopefully I don't fall off the wagon or whatever you wanna call it. I'm pretty motivated to stay on it. If you guys have your thoughts, you wanna yell at me, you wanna help me, you wanna talk amongst yourselves, comments below. I get to every single one. Start the conversation. Is this something that you've done before? Is this something that you are doing? Are you thinking about it? Please use this video as kind of like a way to start a conversation below or with me, because this is a new aspect of my life I'm happy to share. It's not a mountain bike crash, it's not a health scare. It's a positive one, but for once, and I love that. Yeah, let's talk. I'll see you guys next week, probably back on the bike.